Ariel Helwani in Boston alongside the UFC bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw, who meets Dominick Cruz this Sunday night live on FS1. TJ, good to see you. Can't wait for this. How would you describe the road to this fight from the Barao win in July up until this point? It feels like there's been a lot that's going on in your life outside of the gym and cage and whatnot. Has it been ideal or a little too much distractions?
It's been entertaining, to say the least, all the drama and the talk. I guess it's done nothing but build up my fight, though. It's brought a lot of attention to it, from changing camps and all the drama from the Ultimate Fighter with Conor and all that, to Dominic being, overly talkative, more so than usual. So it's been fun,
Has it ever gone to the point where you were like, man, this is more than I asked for? All the, again, I look at your Instagram, I look at your Twitter, and I can't help but feel bad. I mean, every time you do something, it's the snake emoji pops up. And I mean, does it get to you at any point?
I wouldn't say it makes me angry at all. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it hasn't pushed me over the limit. It's not too much, not at all. I mean, the whole point to get to where I'm at now is to have all the eyes on me, and when that happens, you're gonna have people that are gonna be bagging on you, people that are gonna be loving you, and you gotta take it all in, man. I mean, either way, it's gonna make me money.
Is your mindset almost, let me go in there, let me blow this guy out of the water, the guy who never lost a belt like that, who's talked all that much, and then slowly but surely people will come around. It almost feels like that Barao fight in July was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you can kind of see it that way. It's going to be another, earning respect to this kind of fight. A guy that's been talking trash and a guy that used to be there, and he's got a name from him. He's got a name behind him, and it's going to be a great way to continue to build my legacy.
Have you felt that you'll never be truly accepted as the undisputed champ until you beat him? Like, were you almost rooting for him to come back so you can get that notch on your belt?
I was rooting for him to come back, not so much for me to feel I feel like the champ. I feel like I'm here. I feel like watching my level, watching the way I compete compared to watching him. I think it's to me, there's no comparison, But I wanted him to come back because of his name. I wanted him to come back due to I felt bad for him being out for his injuries. I mean, that's no way to go out. That kind of sucks, And when I got into the sport, he was the champion. The goal was to beat him, and it's nice to actually get that chance to do it.
I remember in July, you looked at the camera on the Fox and you said, heal up that chicken leg and let's do it.
Yeah.
Is a part of you, considering all of his injuries, is a part of you actually surprised that he made it to this point?
Yeah, the guy's very competitive. He's actually been saying he's embedded too. I mean, I knew that before he even got to the point. I had a feeling he was going to come back. I guess when we were supposed to fight in April and he got hurt again, I guess there was a little slight doubt in my mind that he'd maybe come back. But, you gotta believe in the guy.
He's talked a lot. There's been a lot of back and forth. The general consensus has been that he's getting the better of you in these exchanges, that you don't have a response for all of his, verbal attack. And standing here in front of you, I would agree with that assessment. It just doesn't seem like you're firing back. Is that a conscious effort on your part, or do you actually agree that he is getting the better of you?
More of a conscious effort. I mean, I could play that game of who wants to talk louder and talk more, and talk about drama that doesn't have to do anything with fighting. He's bringing up topics that have to do with who my friends are, my coach, what I'm wearing, and it's like, I'm not into any of that stuff. I'm not into the TMZ, the reality lifestyle kind of reality TV star. I'm here to fight. I'm here to be a martial artist. Because I show respect doesn't mean that I'm not smart enough to talk trash with you. It's just I don't want to.
So do you feel like he's doing that almost to try to give himself a moral victory going into this fight? Like to say, oh, I'm in your head, I'm under your skin, you're not responding. Is it almost a false sense of confidence?
I think it's insecurity more than confidence. I think it's something that he's got to help himself try to get a win. I think he sees me as a threat. I think he sees my fighting style as a threat, and that I'm a very good challenger. And he's going to try to do whatever he possibly can to win this fight. Kind of like Conor did Aldo. I feel like Aldo didn't fight the way he usually fights. He came out overly aggressive. Conor's really good at getting under your skin. Dom's a little silly about it. He's kind of foolish and a little bit of extra stupid drama, but I think that's where I think his mindset is. He's kind of pushed to get under my skin to help himself out the night of the fight.
So you never said, like, bang the table and said, damn this guy, like when they did that thing with you and Anik and all that, it never got to you. You were always able to brush it off.
I thought he kind of looked like a fool myself. I feel like he went out of his way to talk so much that he kind of looked like a fool. He's trying to say that I wasn't telling him how I was going to beat him. When I was sitting there telling him I was going to knock him out, and he wasn't never once told me how he's going to beat me. Kind of like hypocritical, kind of like, oh, you're so dumb, you can't even tell me how you're going to beat me. It's like, what have you said that you're going to beat me? To me, it's just kind of looking like a fool. When you go back and watch it after I beat him on Sunday, you're going to realize it's just a bunch of talking for no reason.
Not to get into a whole he said, she said thing, but he says that when you guys were questioning him and talking about that he's, not up to your level, and You started it.
Yeah.
And now you're saying that you're the martial artist and he's the one just trying to back it up. What's your response to that?
That's all fight-related stuff.
Yeah, that's
You know,
true.
that's all confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, that's me portraying that I feel like I'm the better fighter. That's me saying that I'm the champion for the reason. It's not that I'm sitting there trying to pick you apart for who you are as a person or all the other drama. It's just me saying that I believe I'm a better fighter. And if you can't handle it, if you think it's trash talk, then that's unfortunate.
Who will be in your corner on Sunday night?
My cornerman is Dwayne Ludwig, first and foremost. He's, obviously I moved up to Colorado for him. I got Justin Buckles that has been my corner ever since I've been an Alpha Male, and he made the trip out here. I got Lisa Bowling. It trains wrestling at Muscle Farm, and Elliot Marshall.
Will this be if you win, you're probably going to fight Uriah. What do you do with Justin then?
I bet Justin will probably try to play neutral and not be in anybody's corner, probably not try to help out. He'd probably, just for his own better well-being and wanting to stay friends with everyone. I'd imagine. We haven't really talked about it. I guess we'll worry about that when we get there, but that's probably the way I've seen it.
I noticed recently Joseph Benavidez and Lance Palmer were in Colorado. Are any of the other Alpha Male guys that you know of joining the Muscle Farm team, Team Elevation, over in Colorado?
I mean, I don't know if they're joining full-time. They're definitely coming out there and checking it out. I know Joseph's right now in Albuquerque working out with a Winkle Jar with Six Guns out there, and he's coming back to Colorado after my fight when I get back. So he's definitely showed a big interest in expanding his horizon of training. Lance is doing the same, also pushing some other directions that maybe wanted to go. Danny Castillo was out there for his last camp in the camp before, and they just kind of coming out on their own will too. It's not me, I'm not pushing them to come out. I'm not asking these guys to come out. It's more they realize that they want to kind of get better, and just like a lot of fighters do in a lot of their camps, they train in a lot of places.
Are you dreading what's to come after this fight? Because if you thought this was drama, I mean, gosh, I can't imagine what it's going to be like against Uriah. Are you kind of dreading that?
I'm already dealing with drama for my upcoming fight that's not even here yet.
You know what? That's a good problem to have.
It is. It actually really is to have these fights lined up and to have this attention towards it is a really good problem. The thing I'm dreading is having to fight one of my good buddies that he obviously has no problem with anymore. He doesn't see me that way, which is kind of crazy in my eyes as well. Like I feel like I've shown good respect that way as well, and I guess I'm just too nice, man. I mean, he's gonna say that I'm fake and not being nice, but I'm really just being me, and it's gonna be a tough one. It's gonna be a real tough one, But I guess we could say we've been fighting each other for the last 5 years,
Well, first things first, it's Dominick Cruz.
Exactly.
He's only fought once in the last 4 years or so. Have you looked at his previous fights, or considering all the injuries, is it almost impossible to predict what he's going to do on Sunday?
A little bit of both. I definitely watched his tapes. I've watched his tapes for a long time now, but and also this camp, and then watched his last fight. He's going to do a lot of the same things he's always done. That's who made him who he was. If he changes too much, he's not going to be the fighter he was, and I don't know if he'll be as good. You also got to expect some new tweaks in his game. He's been out for so long, and just like anybody trying to get better.
Will you try to flip the script on him, because you have been accused of stealing his style? Maybe completely change things up and prove that you're the better man once and for all?
I feel that I fight differently with every opponent. I mean, even with the same opponent. I mean, the way I fought Barral the first time compared to the way I fought him the second time. I think I keep my opponents guessing, and that's what puts me here in this chair with the belt behind me, is the fact that I'm going to keep you guessing. You're never really going to know what I'm going to do, if I'm going to take you down, if I'm throwing punches or kicks. Everything's kind of coming at you, and I feel that's the way to be a champion, is being good at everything.
Cannot wait for it. In my opinion, one of the best, if not the best fight the UFC can put on in 2016. Good luck to you. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.